Well, hello, friends. Now, I know what you're thinking. Isn't a perfectionist someone who is confident, who always knows what to do, and is pretty close to perfect? Well, there are misconceptions about those who struggle with perfectionism. Those are the things that I just named. But in reality, most people who are dealing with perfectionism are ones who often struggle with feeling less than and having feelings of unworthiness. That is something I've had to deal with. And if that's you, grab your drink, grab some snacks, and let's have a chat. Now, there are many factors that can contribute to you feeling like a perfectionist or feeling like you're struggling with perfectionism. And that could be cultural influences, life experiences, societal pressures, and so many other factors. And I'm here to tell you, my friend, that I have experienced it all. The highs, the lows, the struggles, the rough patches, all of it. I have beaten myself up mentally, physically. I have struggled so much in my entire life, and especially in my career. I've struggled with perfectionism. I can even recall at one of my internship experiences in college, my intern advisor, she said, "I'm so terrible at my job." I just remember thinking, well, I can't afford to be terrible at my job. I'm going to have to be exceptional. And that's what I thought and brought with me my entire career. And the truth is, I've heard many people, especially women of color, experience this, especially in a corporate space. So if you're struggling with perfectionism, it really comes down to one word, 4 letters: fear. Fear lives up here, brings up a lot of questions that are really rooted in that space of fear. What if I fail? What if people don't like me? What if people disapprove? What if I don't know what to do next? What if I'm struggling? What if I'm always struggling? What if I never reach my goals? What if I lose everything? These are the questions that fear can bring up, which can lead to things like perfectionism. A lot of times people who are struggling with perfectionism set these unrealistic standards. I'm here to tell you right now, you don't have to do that. First thing that you can do to finally overcome perfectionism once and for all is to give grace generously. Here's what I mean. You should give grace to yourself and also to other people. You give grace to yourself, you're recognizing that you are human and that mistakes do happen, but when they do, you don't have to beat yourself up about it. Everyone makes mistakes. And you know what? Even those who make the mistakes are often those who learn the most. So just keep that in mind. Giving grace to others, it takes some of the pressure off of you. You remember that everyone is human. We're all trying to figure it out. Nobody is perfect. So give out that grace to other people. It will be a load off of your shoulders. I promise you. And one way that you can actively give grace to yourself and to others is just to take a moment to breathe. Take a moment for yourself and just breathe. And remember that you're here. You are not your mistakes. You are a wonderful creation, and you don't have to bear the burden of being perfect and having everything be perfect. These are things that are beyond your control, and that's okay. Number 2, you can just find the humor in it all. That's something that I've been really trying to do more and more each day. When something's not going exactly the way that I envisioned it, I kind of find the funny things that are within it, or even the joyful things that can come from this temporary experience that I'm having. It's good to laugh. And I know it's cliche to say, I know, but laughter really is truly medicine for your soul. It will heal all of those inner wounds. Just laugh, give it a laugh, laugh at yourself. Perfectionists might struggle with a lot is going back and replaying those moments in your head where you were like, oh gosh, that was so embarrassing. Why did I do that? How did I make that mistake? But instead of going back and looking at them with dread, just go back and laugh like, wow, God, this is so funny that I made this mistake, but I've learned so much since then. Number 3, the third and final way that I'm starting to try to overcome perfectionism, and this is something that you can do as well, is focusing on the present. Now, remember when I said fear is what perfectionism is rooted in? Fear of failure, fear of a lot of different things. Fear a lot of times comes from living in the past or worrying about the future. But when you stay in the present, you really stay grounded. Start to release that fear that comes with what was and what will be. So really practice mindfulness. Remember that you are here, you are physically here, that you are in this moment, whatever it takes. Go outside, embrace all the beautiful creations, listen to the sights and sounds around you wherever you are. So those are things that you can do to try to overcome perfectionism. Now, I want to encourage you today that this is something that you can overcome. You don't have to live like this for years and years and years. You don't have to live like this as long as I have. I will overcome this, and so can you. Remember to do your best, and God will do the rest. Try those 3 tips that I gave to you today. If you have any other tips, leave a comment down below and let me know. Well, cheers, my friends. And as always, peace and love to you. Bye. That could be culturally